Today at Manchester Theatres, it is my pleasure to be joined by the brilliant Gino Ochello, who's getting ready to wax on, wax off as they bring the world premiere of Karate Kid the Musical to the Palace Theatre Manchester from the 12th of May. Now, Gino trained at Arts Ed, where he was in performances such as Alice by Heart, Into the Woods, and Once the Musical. He's just finished shooting a feature film, but we're not allowed to talk too much about that at the moment. And unbelievably, The Karate Kid is Gino's first professional stage debut. And what a way to do it. I mean, I have to start by saying congratulations that, you land the lead role in a world premiere musical. That is the way to go forward. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic about it.
Yeah, it must have been like, wait, what? What's going on here?
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite a surreal moment.
So the Karate Kid. Now, I am a child of the 80s, so I do know the film. But for people who don't, tell us a little bit about the story.
Yeah, so it follows the life of Daniel LaRusso, who was born and raised in New Jersey and moved to California to kind of start a new life. His father passed away, unfortunately, back in New Jersey, and him and his mother are trying to start a new life. So they moved to California. However, Daniel's not really in agreement with this because it's his last year. He's built his own life back in New Jersey. So for him, it's kind of the fact that the mom has made a decision without him, and it feels quite rushed. He moves to California, he enters this new school, falls in love with this girl, but unfortunately, the ex boyfriend of this girl that he's in love with gives him a bit of a hard time. And unfortunately, he gets beaten up several times, and he meets the maintenance man of the place where he's now moved into this sort of place of flats. And he meets this maintenance man called Mr. Miyagi, and Mr. Miyagi happens to know karate and teaches Daniel some karate skills through several tasks that don't seem very reliable at first, but towards the end, it kind of all comes together.
Yeah, it really does. It comes together for him. And he is such a brilliant character, Daniel LaRusso, that you're playing, the Karate Kid. He inspired an entire generation of children just to kind of, if you've had a hard time, how to believe in yourself and how to kind of never give up and give them empowerment. So it must be kind of like there's a really big arc with his story, isn't there? So it must be a really great one for you to play.
Absolutely. I remember my dad playing this movie for me. It was my dad's favorite movie back in the 80s.
Wow.
So when I grew up, he played the original, he played the Jaden Smith one, and following Cobra Kai. And I was having quite a hard time in school at that time. And I think my dad kind of played it for me to show me that, like, everyone's going to go through it at one point. Everyone's going to feel like an outsider at one point, and it's just a normal part of growing up. Um, so yeah, it is great to bring that story to life and kind of bring my own past and my own version of Daniel to the stage.
Yeah. I mean, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? That growing up, so many people feel like outsiders. And ironically, that's actually the one thing that they've all got in common.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up is hard. School is difficult when you're going through your adolescent stage. You're finding who you are. You're finding who your people are. Alongside that, you're expected to do crazy things with your education. Expected to know what you want to become when you're older, and all this pressure, I feel, really creates this environment that can really make people crash. And I feel like that's kind of what happened with me, and what happens with so many individuals. So I think no matter at what point you are in your life or who you are, I think you'll be able to resonate with at least one character in the story.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember at the time when it came out that it was empowering, and but karate classes just like suddenly found themselves jam-packed. But also what was really interesting about it was kind of the idea that people started to understand that karate isn't about fighting. It's the complete opposite. It's about self-defense and discipline, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's the power of the mind, and that's what I'm taking away from me playing Daniel. It's the fact that it's all in the mind. If you can train yourself, if you can make yourself worried sick, you can train your brain to do amazing things as well. And I think that's what karate is all about. You learn that the Karate Kid really isn't about karate at all in terms of Daniel. Mr. Miyagi trains Daniel to make sure that his mind is in the right place. It's a tool, and we're using it to our advantage, to its advantage. And yeah, the last thing you do is fight. Miyagi says it. It's all about balance. Balance is key. It's all about what's in here. Karate is here, not here, and in your belt. And I think that's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like you say, there's so many empowering messages within the story, self-belief, but having someone believe in you, mentorship, and just learning, like you've kind of alluded to there, that strength is about character and it's not about muscle at all, is it?
Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I think something that's so admirable about Daniel is the fact that he wasn't the best,
Mm.
but he just carried on going.
Yeah.
And I think that's such an important message for audiences to take away with it. Me personally, I mean, if I were to have been in that situation and I would have been beaten up the first time, I wouldn't carry on going back
Yeah.
like Daniel does. But I think there's something so charming and admirable about the fact that Daniel carries on fending for what's right, and I think that's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how was your karate before the show, and how is it now? Have you had to do any training or?
So I had never done karate before, which is a very humbling experience. So the first time that I walked into rehearsals, I think a lot of the cast had done some sort of martial arts karate background. I had absolutely no background in this, no knowledge either, really whatsoever. Um, the only thing I thought I knew was the fact that it was all about fighting, and like we've just discussed, it's
Yeah.
not about that. You don't actually provoke any fights. You try and not fight whatsoever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it was quite a humbling experience. I didn't expect me to be actually thrown around the stage when I got this role, but I actually do. I do get hit. It's obviously not a proper punch, but they do make contact, and I am full of bruises
Oh, wow.
from going to the floor. I've got a lot of padding underneath my jeans, which is great. And we've got our amazing fight coordinator who makes sure who ensures that we're safe whilst doing it, and it looks it pays homage to karate itself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it sounds like it's something that you've become quite attached to help you personally. So is it something you think outside of the show you would, time permitting, of course, you would love to kind of get into?
I mean, it is great. It's a great tool to have, and it's a good thing to have. No pun intended. Under your belt. I mean, it's all about the power of the mind, like I said, and that's the thing that I'm going to take away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to get into karate, and I feel like it'd make me feel more confident as an individual.
Yeah.
So yeah, if the opportunity arose and I had a lot of time, I'd love to get to learn it a bit better.
And of course, with a brand new musical comes brand new songs,
Yes.
which I always love. I always love when we get new musical songs. So you've obviously been learning them, you know them inside out. So including the ones that you sing, are there any that you kind of think, oh, you've got to watch out for this one, or the audiences are really responding to?
Yeah. So I think quick sidetrack. I think what's so important about this musical version of the Karate Kid is that we get to hear the internal monologues and feelings of characters that we
Yeah.
didn't really hear from before. I think that's so important. So people that are big fans of the musical, this is just further context into the characters. It's nothing that's been made up. I mean, the musical was written by the screenwriter himself, so it's truthful. It's an adaptation, but it's truthful context. So we get to hear from characters like Lucille, John Kreese, Johnny Lawrence, and even Daniel. I mean, there are a lot of things. Daniel is the protagonist, isn't he? But we don't see or we don't hear his inner thoughts as
No.
much. But through song, we're able to do that. So my favorite song in the show isn't. I'm not even actually in it. It's John Kreese's number called "Strike First, Strike Hard, No Mercy." Act one, right in the middle of Act one. And I mean, the fights in that, the choreography is absolutely amazing. Keone and Mari have done a great job with the choreography. Drew is an absolute I mean, he's a legend. He knows what he's doing when it comes to writing songs and music, and I think that's such a great musical number. But that I think that's the most spectacular
Yeah.
number. I'd say the most heart wrenching one for me is "If I Could Take His Pain Away." It's Lucille's and Daniel's song, and it's kind of it comes in Act Two, towards the end of Act Two. Yes, Lucille. Yeah, Daniel says something to Lucille that doesn't really sit right with her, and Lucille and Daniel have this kind of agreement that it's a team us energy. You know, they're all each other have. You know,
Yeah.
they've lost. Lucille's lost her husband. I've lost my dad, and we've got this great relationship. And I feel like this song just shows Lucille's side of the story and Daniel's side of the story, and you just see how they're both such hurt individuals, but um, they just got upset with each other in that moment, and they make up at the end, and oh, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful song. If you
Yeah.
get to see it, I think those two are great songs to look out for.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting me excited about it now. And I mean, you've got an amazing cast, but like you mentioned, Lucille there, played by absolute icon. She's just unbelievable.
She's great, and I feel so comfortable with her on stage. I mean, the whole cast is brilliant, and Sharon, like I said, I'm with her on stage, and I just feel like this motherly energy from her, and she really is. I mean, she is an icon. She's a legend, and having her in the cast, she's like a mother figure to me in the cast because this is my first job. I'm the youngest in the cast as well.
Yeah.
So having someone like Sharon and someone like Adrian who plays Mr. Miyagi, who know the industry so well, it's so I feel so comfortable with them, and whenever I have a scene with them on stage, it just flows so easily. It doesn't even feel like
Yeah.
I'm acting. It just feels like I'm having a good time with them, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. And do we have any 80s vibes throughout the we do?
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. So Drew's done a fantastic job. It's an all original score, but he did a lot of research before writing the music. I think he knew um, what was like. He knew how big Karate Kid was, so he wanted to do it well. I think he flew out to Okinawa, which was where Mr. Miyagi was from, to learn about the culture, the music there. He also did a lot of research on 80s music, and it's actually shocking because it feels like I've heard these songs before, but you obviously haven't. These
yeah.
are brand new songs, but they pay homage to the 80s and they pay homage to Okinawan culture and all that. So I think Drew's done a brilliant job. So yes, there's a lot of 80s
Yeah.
references in the music.
Brilliant. And finally, then, who in life you've got in the show, you've got your Mr. Miyagi. Who in life has been yours, whether it's life or career? Who's been
Yeah.
your Mr. Miyagi?
I think I'd have to say it sounds really cheesy, but I'd have to say my parents. I mean,
Yeah.
both my mom and my dad have been my Mr. and Mrs. Miyagi's. I wouldn't have been able to do anything without them. Obviously, they made me, didn't they? But they've given me all my opportunities. I grew up back home in Gibraltar right until the age of 16, and because of them, I was able to move to London at the age of 16 by myself.
Wow.
They've sacrificed a lot for me, so I wouldn't be where I am today without them. So I'd say that they are my Mr. and Mrs. Miyagi.
I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Gino. It has been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And we cannot wait. We have got Karate Kid the Musical coming to the Palace Theatre Manchester from the 12th of May. Grab your tickets. It is going to be spectacular. Thank you very much, and we'll see you really soon.
Thank you so much. An absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Daniel-san, when life gets out of focus, return to harmony.
You're different. That's what I like about you.
First learn stand, then learn fly.